And hello fellow Techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today we are in a Polish tier 10 medium tank CS63. Yes, boys and girls, again this is from the same day that I played my last game, which was Leopard PTA, the game that I was showing on the channel. So the game is from the same day, and again this is going to be very close game. Now, as you can see here, when it came to this game I did not record. So, my apologies for the footage. It's going to be a replay footage, unfortunately, except for the last 2 minutes of the game, which I managed to snap. So, I will show you that, but I just couldn't resist showing you this game. Again, guys, this is nothing when it comes to damage. Like, this tank can put out serious damage. I've seen guys put out ridiculous amounts of damage in this tank. It's absolutely amazing tank, by the way. I just didn't have a chance to play it much yet. I've played it a bit when I still played the game about a month ago, but lately I haven't been playing the game, so I wasn't able to play this tank, unfortunately. But honestly, it is a great tank. Great tank. Anyway, so what do we do in this situation? It looks like it's an encounter mode on this map, which is bad as it is because, first of all, I don't have a lot of armor. I do have some turret armor, but I don't really have armor to brawl with heavy tanks on top of the hill. So I decided to stop here, especially with 3 arties in play. I do not want to get myself on top of the hill and get spotted first. That's the last thing you want to do. If you get spotted first, you're going to get annihilated, especially when there are 3 arties in play on an open map like this. So I decided to camp it out just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. But now I don't really have any shots. The light tank that actually went up to spot up north just committed suicide and died, and my spotter is dead, and I don't really want to go up there and spot. I mean, that's not really my job. It's the light tank's job, and if I do this, I'm probably gonna be annihilated, so what's the point of doing that? So I decided to come up here on top of the hill, see what's here. So far there was not much that was spotted, so if there's anyone here, both myself and that leopard should be able to take care of the situation. So we see this guy over here. We're gonna put a shell into him and get rid of him. But now we spot the Valor, and that's going to be the problem. Valor's got, you know, quite big alpha, a little bit of armor, so it's difficult. But I see my Leopard going in, so I'm going to go in at the same time. We're going to put some shells into him. But then I spot a couple more guys coming up the hill, and I don't want anything to do with that. So this is the situation where I thought that I was in big trouble, and I needed to get away from. So that's exactly what I'm doing, especially, remember, there are 3 arties in play. So what I did here is I stopped. I was expecting Arty to follow my trail and shoot further down the hill, but instead he was paying attention. I don't know how he did that. I think he was paying attention and fired to where I was last spotted, because I can't explain that. And now, because I stopped, I'm in trouble, because now these guys on the hill will have shots at me. And take a look at this. Now I'm tracked. And in this situation right now, I thought I was dead. I thought I was dead. Like, I shouldn't have survived this at all. This was like really bad. First of all, I was on top of the ridge. Pretty much anyone from the north side of the map would be able to shoot at me and get me out of the game, but for whatever reason nobody did. So I don't know how I survived this, guys. I really don't know. And that's the noob in me, especially coming back after such a long break. You make stupid mistakes like this. Normally I wouldn't make that mistake, but in this game I did. So this was kind of like a gut check time for me. It's like, you know what, Space? You gotta play better. This wasn't a good play. We're gonna have to definitely be smarter and make smarter decisions in this game. Anyway, this is the situation now where I told myself, okay, I either go and defend the base, or I go south and try to win control of the map. Now, as you notice, none of my friendlies, especially the medium tank that's been sitting at F7 forever, and the TD that's sitting at H9, they haven't moved at all. They haven't moved at all. One of our TDs went up to the cap circle, or the cap diamond, I don't know what you call it now, a cap diamond, to try to reset. If I went with that TD, and I could have made that decision to go with that TD, I probably would have died, because there were at least 3 opposition tanks on top of the hill. So I decided not to do that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go south. I'm going to try to clean up the south area of the map. With 3 arties in play, I'll definitely die up there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just engage this CS-63. We're going to put some shells into him. We can take a hit here. That's not a problem. But we should be able to take him out of the game and clean up the south side. So that's exactly what we did. And now we're going to back up to that building. And that should provide us with a little bit of arty cover. Just like that. As expected, RTD that went up north to reset died. But at the same time, the opposition team decided not to cap. They decided to play. And I was like, yes, yes, space time. We're going to play over here. We're going to play over here. They do not want to cap. They do not want to cap. That means I might be able to pull this off still. But wait a minute. Did Space decide to leave the game? Did Space decide to stop playing? Did Space decide to go and get a beer? What is Space doing? Space, why are you sitting and not moving? Move your tank. Move your tank, will you? Move your tank. My batteries died. My batteries died, and that usually happens to me. Actually, happens more often than not when my batteries die in the most clutch moment of the game. So hello, admire the look of this tank. It does look good. It's still a good tank. Anyway, jumped out, grabbed my batteries, jumped back in, put them back in, and here we go. Luckily, I didn't lose any HP, which is important. We still have 3 tanks on our team, while the opposition team has 2 tanks and 3 arties. Yes, I said it right. 2 tanks and 3 arties. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to come back here to the south, and we're going to see if we can spot any of those arties. If we can spot any of those arties, that would make our life a little bit easier. If we can at least take one of them out of the game, it will make the game a lot easier. Now, E100 was spotted somewhere in the central area of the map. What is it? D3 and D4. E100 is playing it right. He's up there spotting for his arties, even though he's a heavy tank. He's doing it right. But we spot the arty right here. We should be able to put a shell into him. So we do. Now we're going to back up. Can we put another shell into him? No. No, unfortunately he dips in. So I wasn't able to put the shell into him. And I decided not to go after him. Again, it's the same situation. If I go after him, I get spotted. He might have clicked on a map where I was. And his friendly arties might be paying attention to this side of the map. Plus there's E100 as well. I'm only on 876 HP. Okay? So I can take 1 hit from E100. But I cannot take any hits from arty. Okay? Well, maybe a splash. That's far away from my tank. But not likely. Anyway. Our leopard gets taken out. Unfortunately. So we lose another very important tank on this map. But it don't matter. I have decent view range. So I can provide spotting to our scorpion if needed. So the thinking process here was spot the E100, see where he is, and hopefully we can take him out of the game. So that was the thinking here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around as far away from location D3 as we can so that he doesn't spot us. So I was kind of guesstimating here how far he could spot, right? I mean, he could have probably driven through the middle of the map and spotted me, but so I would have spotted him as well. And I had enough map to get away from this position if I need to. Anyway, this is where I need to come into the middle and see if I can spot the E100. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go up here to those bushes and see if we can spot him. It is likely that he relocated already, but we need to do this anyway, just to see if we can spot him. And yes, we spotted him. So we're going to try to take a look and see if we have a shot at him. I see just the top of his turret over here. Just a very narrow shot, and unfortunately we missed that. So now we know where he is. He's still not going up north for a cap. So we're going to get ourselves closer to the central location into position D6. And from here, I should be able to spot a lot more. Actually, I should be able to spot the entire north side of the map over here. Potentially arties as well. So we're going to climb up here. Our scorpion's set up nicely on top of the hill. So he should have shots over here. I'm hoping anyway. But we're going to be really cautious over here. So we're going to approach it really slow. We're going to see if we can spot arty. We can't spot the 100 for whatever reason. But we can't spot arty either. So what is going on over here? And here is where I thought I saw the tree fall or something like that. in the A5 area or A6 area or somewhere over there. So that's why I'm paying attention. Someone's clicking there anyway. But I'm paying attention to that side of the map right now. Let's see if we can spot E100. Yes, we can. We put one shell into him and we're gonna back off quite quickly over here. I was worried about arty shells, so we're gonna drop off quickly here. And we're gonna dip down. Just like that. Right here. Dip down a little bit more. And arty did fire at us. See? That's, you never know with artys. They can get RNG happy and they can demolish you in no time. And arty has RNG, trust me guys. They do. I've been in situations like this many times and I got slaughtered. Because of arty snapshot or something like that. Anyway, we're gonna change position. This is the safest play right now. I don't want arty to know where I am. So we're gonna come from this side. I noticed the artys moving up the hill, so I think that we're going for cap. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sneak behind them. Right here. We're gonna go bush to bush. Looks like E100 was spotted. I think that was Scorpion that spotted the E100. So we're gonna try to take a look if we have a shot, but we don't have a shot at him. So now we're gonna get closer. Watch me using the terrain. I'm trying to stay low right here. But we spotted the arty and he's looking in a different direction. So we're gonna put one shell into him. He's turning around towards us right now, but it doesn't matter. He's too slow and we're able to take him out. At the same time, another arty fires at me again. So now we're gonna lose our sixth sense and we're gonna switch the direction. We're gonna go downhill instead of uphill. Right here. This is just to fool arty and the E100. If they were actually pointing this way or the guns were pointing this way. We seem to have a shot at E100. Very narrow shot, but we cannot get it to go in. We're gonna try this again. Can we take him out of the game? Yes, we can. And that was crucial because the opposition team's arty took out our Scorpion. So it came down to 1v1 in this situation. Okay, so what do we do now? Well, obviously arty will be sitting on top of the hill. And he's doing it right. He's sitting on top of the hill behind the windmill. And we're gonna have to dig him out somehow, right? Soon over here we should be able to switch. Yes, here we go. We switch to the first person view again. Finally. Anyway, we're gonna climb up the hill. We're gonna try to spot him. Yes, we spot him first because of the bush. He fires. So he knows we're coming from this side, right? And I don't want him to know that I'm coming up the hill over here. So what I decided to do is I decided to scoot down here and we're gonna go around him instead. So we're gonna fool him. He thinks we're coming from this side of the map. We're gonna come from the opposite side of the map. And now when we poke, his gun should be pointing the other way. Unless he's a smart, really smart player and his gun is pointing this way. So let's take a look where he's pointing. He's pointing the other way, which is good. That means that he has to turn his gun in order to hit us. And he just fires wildly and misses us. And we should be able to take him out of the game right here. And we do, securing the game for the team. There we go. There we go. These games are awesome, guys. These games are amazing. They don't have to be the highest damage games for me. They don't. I don't have to be doing 6,000-7,000 damage. If I do 3-4k damage and I clutch the game at the end, that's all that matters to me. And that's what this game was. Especially after a long break, I thought I played it really well except for the beginning when I made some stupid mistakes. I didn't get away in time. That was the biggest problem because if I didn't get away in time, I would have gotten taken out of the game. And my game would have been over early. But because opposition team wasn't paying attention to me, I was able to run away and then pretty much clutch it at the end. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit, checking out.